Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Sai. Sri Ramachandra, whom we call Purushottama, represents a perfect man, a perfect ruler, who set up norms for the first time in India's jungles to make it civilized and brought in a system which is ever remembered. He is remembered both as a divine being, as incarnation, also as a good ruler, human being, social contact, family contact, and human contact of all sorts. When you think of idealism, there is no end to idealism. A horse of Delhi today, best horse, will find its counterpart in any other state in UP or any other state in India. And if India chooses the best horse, in the world they can choose the best horse, and that best horse is not the best horse for all time. That was the best horse of today. There could have been one before, one could come later on. The perfection is a growing idea. Reality leads to perfection. We follow perfection, but it is ever expanding. Therefore, whether it is calling Sri Ram's capabilities and the excellency and idealisms, or let us say our Guru in our way, whatever he taught us, the idea is to lead towards perfection to the extent possible. Maybe it is not successful sometimes, but each is a step. If that is not done, if that zeal is not there, society won't make a progress. In this context, besides reading Sai Satchitra, which gives certain anecdotes or certain examples of how Baba was conducting himself, we find similar examples with many saints of all the religions. Saints means spiritual expansism. Spirituality means the expansion of the spirit of the person to absorb others and tolerate others, to go through suffering because while tolerating, and yet doing good for others to the maximum extent possible. Now this extent means again, they don't do we do the smallest good, greatest good of the smallest number is done in the family. They believe the greatest good of the greatest number for the longest period of time. There's a difference. Greatest good of the greatest number for the longest period of time is the basis of spiritualism. Not only that, human beings, what they call humanism, very good word, Manavvadita. As if Manav has only to sustain, others don't have to. What is Pranivadita? Second point. Some people do adhere to it. What about Pranavadita? Pranavadita means anything has a life form. A plant has a life form. Even the corona also had life form, we didn't see. Inside us, life forms. The million, trillions of life forms that are within and without, hovering in the space of this thing. We are all conjoined to some forces which you do not know. When you break that force, the catastrophe comes and they overreact. This is balanced. Hitherto, before the dog created corona, things were coming through birds and others. But maybe the tolerance of a dog to a certain extent, because misutilized and misused, created a cell that went aberrative. Like we say cancer cells going aberrative, it can go in animals aberrative, and then it can influence everybody because we are not ready for it. So Pranavadita, this holistic state of everybody, is the Vedas have spoken about plantation and how to treat other plants. So, if you find in Ramacharitamanasa, in Sri Rama's lifetime, he was very kind towards animal, very kind. When that one bird which was hit in this space, Vadaliya they called it, fell down, he is kind to the birds everywhere. So, if you are not kind, even to the animals like going with him, like bhalu, bears and monkeys, he did not. They are, you can call them inferior species, but then he took them as his own. That was the spiritual part of Sri Rama. So that is what is all the day meant for, to recollect what our forefathers have taught us, to recollect when our epical characters have done, to recollect what our Guru has taught us, and for some moment muse over it, and one can plan his life accordingly. That is the message. Thank you very much. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Sai.